Come on in, come on up, come on over for the merriest time of year. Come on up, come on in, get together for a good time. Smile, my dear. Come on in, come on up, come on over. We'll be dancing round the tree. So let us have a swinging Christmas, just like 1, 2, 3. We know the time is short. We blink and then it's gone. So we better make the most of what we've got. So take your neighbor by the hand and join the dance parade before the clock strikes and it's all too late.
And welcome to Vlogmas day 19, I think. I've lost track slightly. I have had a really busy day today. You will have seen a little bit of footage, I think, of me dyeing yarn and skeinin yarn and things like that. That has been my entire work day. I have finished off the last of the, I think it was Lord of the Rings yarn I was dyeing today. I just needed to dye up the mini sets that were ordered in the pre-order. Why I always leave the minis to last, I don't know, because they take the longest to skein, which means hopefully if they're dry tomorrow, which I'll put my dehumidifier on tonight overnight, so hopefully they will be, yeah, I'll need to skein them tomorrow and they take ages to skein. But anyway, I finished the last of the Lord of the Rings dyeing, so that is all of my dyeing done for this year, hopefully. And I've got everything that was dry has been skeined. I've got one area full, I can see it, it's in front of me, behind you lot. I've got one area full of wet yarn, which hopefully, if I stick, as I said, if I stick the dehumidifier on overnight, hopefully that'll be dry tomorrow, which means I can spend tomorrow will be skeining and labelling. And then hopefully on Wednesday I can start packaging, Thursday will be packaging, and then hopefully I can get them all shipped out first thing Friday morning, which would be amazing because it would be really nice to kind of get that out of the way before Christmas so that I can just relax. But because I've spent my entire day doing that, it is now 4 something, I don't know. Do I know what time it is? I don't know what time it is. It's nearly 4:30. It is nearly 4:30. And I will move my phone out of the way so if it vibrates, it's not going to be right next to the camera microphone. So it is nearly 4:30, as I've just said. Oh, I'm all over the place. And I thought I would sit down and chat about a couple of things today. There is one thing in particular I want to talk about, which is a challenge that I am setting myself for next year's in terms of my crafting. And I thought I would share it with you in case you want to join me. I'm actually wondering about making it a year-long kind of knit-along for the podcast, because that might be quite fun. And we can do little check-ins and we can have a little Discord thread where everyone can post and things like that. So that might be quite fun. And then I also had a couple of packages arrive that I wanted to share as well today. I wasn't expecting them to arrive today, so it was a nice surprise and I thought, why not? I'll share them with you. I will start with the packages. So I got 2 packages. Both of these are things I ordered, one of which I'd completely forgot about and one of which was a pre-order. So the one I completely forgot about was this little package. So it was so beautifully decorated, I've messed it up now because I've opened it. It was so beautifully packaged. And this is from Troublemaker Designs, who makes gorgeous little stitch markers and things like that. She vended at East Anglia this year, and I believe she's vending again at East Anglia in 2024 and Woolmonty in 2024. So I'm excited to pick up lots more stitch markers from her. But I ordered a whole host from her. I went a little bit overboard on the little gummy bear style ones. So I got these little gummy bear ones in a few different colours. They're so cute. And then I also got a little blueberry muffin as well. That one's super cute too. I got a sparkly gummy bear. A sparkly, oh, look at the state of my fingernails. Please ignore the state of my fingernails. As you know, I've been dyeing yarn today. A sparkly pink gummy bear. And then I also got a set of the skeleton gummy bears. Let's see if I can get these turned around so that you can see them. I'm going to have to put that down. I'm going to drop everything in a minute. You wait. Try to do this very carefully so that I don't drop everything. Okay, there we go. So I also got a set of the little skeleton gummy bears. How cool are they? They've all got little skeleton, like X-ray skeletons. They're so cool. And then Ches very, very kindly popped in an extra little stitch book. I mean, look how pretty this is. I'm going to show you a bit more now. She also filled the box. I'm not going to show you very well. She also filled the box with these gorgeous little origami stars, which is really fun. And then she also popped in a little extra stitch marker. Try and show you this one, which is very cute. Look, it's a black cat. How perfectly apt is that? It is a black cat with gorgeous flowers. So I am so chuffed with that. That's so pretty. And then I also ordered a couple of stickers because she does stickers and note cards as well. I've actually got, you won't be able to see here, I've got a couple of note cards. This one here and this one here are both from Troublemaker Designs as well. These two here. But I also got a couple of stickers. There is a dinosaur with his knitting. And this one, I just couldn't resist. Prepare to die. So yeah, that was the first lovely little parcel that arrived. So I'm very pleased with that. And then the other package that arrived is some yarn that I ordered from Castleview Yarns. This came very, very quickly. I'm pretty sure I only ordered it at the weekend. Very quickly. And she shipped it second class. When did I order this? I did very quickly, especially second class. So I ordered from Jen's most recent, trying to not make too much noise with the rustling, except it's now fallen on the floor. I ordered from Jen's most recent update some Christmas yarns because I fell in love with them and I couldn't resist. So I picked up this one here, which is called Christmasaurus. We love the Christmasaurus books by Tom Fletcher. They are so good. We've read most of them. There's actually a new one out this year, which we definitely need to pick up a copy of because the boys have really enjoyed them. So that is Christmasaurus. And then I also got Snow Globe, which is this one here. Now, I'm not going to have one of these as this year's Christmas Eve cast on, but it definitely gives me options for next year's Christmas Eve cast on. A few different options. I will be sharing the winners of this year's Christmas Eve cast on probably, I don't know, Thursday or Friday this week, towards the end of this week. So far, there is a definite winner. So it's going to be really interesting to see. There are a few votes coming in from people who are behind with watching the vlogs. So I will give it a few more days and then, yeah, we will see. But I do not think it's going to change because there is a definite winner at the moment. Right, now, the challenge. That's the big thing I wanted to talk about. I'm actually going to shift. Woo, I'm on a rolly chair. I'm going to shift this side of the screen a little bit because I want to pop up something on the screen in a second. But I thought it would be fun to set myself some kind of knitting challenge this year. Now, if you are a regular viewer of the podcast, you know that I am notoriously bad at sticking to any goals that I set myself. I like to set myself goals, I like to set myself challenges, and I am terrible at keeping up with them. So we'll see how this goes. But I thought I would create myself a bingo board and I would put on the bingo board. So here is a blank version of the bingo board to start with. And I thought I would give myself 9 little challenges for the whole year on this bingo board and try and complete it during the year. I thought it would be quite a fun thing to refer back to in the podcast every so often. I thought it could be quite a fun thing if others wanted to join in and either create their own bingo board or join in with the same prompts that I'm going for. So I thought it would be quite fun. So I will pop up a complete... Now, do I try and be clever with the editing? No, I don't, because I know what I'm like and I'll never manage to get the pictures the right same size on the screen. So no, we're not going to be clever. I will just pop up my completed board here. So this is the challenge that I'm setting to myself, my bingo knitting challenge for 2024. So I filled out these 9 squares with prompts that I'm going to try and complete. So first of all, I want to try and have more yarn going out than coming in. So basically, I want to try and knit more of my yarn than yarn that I purchase. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to buy less. What it hopefully means is that I'm going to be more productive and knit more. This is one of my big challenges. Like, I'm 90% sure this is one I will not succeed on, but it's there because I'd also quite like to track my kind of in versus out in terms of yarn. I think that would be quite fun. So we'll see. This is a big challenge. The second square is to finish a blanket. Now, I think that's perfectly achievable challenge. I've got something like 8 blankets on the go. A couple of them are relatively close to being finished. I just need to really focus and I can get a blanket done. The next square is finish 2 garments. Now I specified 2 because I want more than 1 garment. I've got 2 garments on the needles already. I have a Maymar sweater, which is I can't remember the designer. But I have a Maymar sweater on the go, and I also have a So Faded sweater, which is an Andrea Mowry pattern. So in theory, I could finish both of those, or I could cast on another one. I have yarn set aside for a Lento. I want to make another Aqua Marlene. So there's lots of options for that one, but I feel like 2 garments for me is relatively achievable, maybe, hopefully. We'll see. I think I only finished 1 this year, so you know. Then the next square is finish a 6-month plus WIP. So basically, I want to pick up a work in progress that's been on the needles for over 6 months and get it finished. I think that's a relatively reasonable challenge. I've got a few things on the needles that have been there a while, and it would be great to get them finished. Now, the middle square. I've got knit 6/12 pairs of socks. Now, I would love to knit 12 pairs of socks next year, and that is kind of my stretch goal, if that makes sense. But I will count this square on the board as completed if I manage to knit 6 pairs of socks, because that is a more achievable goal. But if I knit 12, then we will double tick this square. Then the next one is I'd like to complete the Grimblewood Gnomes collection. Now, I'm actually just going to grab the pattern up because I can't quite remember how many there are. I have knit 2 gnomes in the Grimblewood Gnomes collection. So this is a collection by Sarah Shearer of Imagined Landscapes, who is the queen when it comes to gnomes. I'm just scrolling through Ravelry. Here it is, Grimblewood Gnomes. Okay, so there are 4 gnomes, a house and a toadstool in volume 1 of the Grimblewoods collection. I would like to complete all of those. I want the whole set of volume 1. I've no idea whether there's another volume being released this year or not, but that doesn't count in this square. This is just finishing the selection of volume 1. Words are failing me. And then, what was I going to say? The next square. I want to keep up with a simple knitting journal. I have started them in the past and I've always gone too complicated. I've tried to do them scrapbooky. I've tried to stick stuff in them. I've tried to make them super pretty. And I always just falls to the wayside and it doesn't get finished. So I'm going to aim for just a really simple one. I'm going to get a notebook and I'm going to kind of just write in it when I finish a project. I'll try and write in it when yarn comes in, so we can use it as a sort of tracker for the in versus out kind of thing as well. But I'd really like to just keep up with it for a year. I might stick some stickers in, but keep it, other than that, just keep it simple. Then, we're getting there. The 8th square on the grid, I'd like to complete an advent project. Now, this doesn't include the 2 advent cowls I currently have on the needles. So I've got my scrappy advent one that I started with my advent swap for this year. I'm not going to count that because it's a relatively quick project and it shouldn't take too long to finish. I'm also not going to count my Sound Waves cowl because I am only about 4 colours away from finishing that. So neither of those feel like a big enough challenge to go onto the board. So I would like to complete an advent project other than the 2 cowls. Now I do have a blanket that I've started with a Henny Penny Makes advent from last year. That can count because it's not like over 50% of the way through it. And I also have some advents that I haven't started ones with, as well as this year's. So this is, yeah, it's a fair goal to complete an advent project. And then the final square is something a little bit different. I'd like to design a sock pattern. I've wanted for quite a while to design a sock pattern. I've got lots of ideas for kind of patterns and things like that, but the stumbling block I keep coming to is writing the heel out and knowing how to write the heel. So that is one of my goals this year. Even if it is just a basic top-down sock pattern, I would like to have one that I design myself and I put out there so that I can sell it at shows as well. I could put together beginner sock kits on the website and beginner sock kits at shows with like a simple pattern, but then I could adapt that pattern going forwards to create kind of more complex patterns and things like that. So that is one of my challenges this year. So yeah, this is my knitting bingo board for the year. Now what I would do is I will link, I've put them all in a Google Drive thing. I think I've done it right. I've put them all in a Google Drive thing and I will put a link to that Google Drive folder underneath the video. And in that folder you will find, I'll show you. You'll find these 4 things. You will find my full colour version with my prompts on it. You will find a blank full colour version so that you can put your own prompts into it. And you'll also find a black and white version with my prompts on it, which also looks like this because I've printed one out for myself and I'm going to stick it on my wall. And you'll also find a black and white blank version as well, so you can fill your own prompts out and things like that. So if you do want to join in, then that would be really good fun. Again, I will talk about it on the podcast at the beginning of January, and I will sort out a thing, I'll sort out a thread in the Discord group. So if you want to join in, come over there and we'll play knitting bingo together and see whether we can complete our challenges and things like that. And see how long I can keep on top of it, because also, yeah, I'm not very good at sticking to these kinds of things, but I feel like having something like this stuck on my wall, which I can refer back to, would actually work quite well because I can mark it off when I want to. I can kind of, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes, but I think it could be a really fun make-along throughout the year. So let me know what you think. Right. I think that's me done chatting. I know it's a bit of a chatty one today. A few little clips to start with. I will be back a little bit later on. Arthur and I want to put the glitter onto the candles that we made over the weekend. And we still, of course, need to do joke of the day. So we will do that a little bit later on. But otherwise, I will see you all again tomorrow. Bye.
We know the time is short. We blink and then it's gone. So we better make the most of what we've got. So take your neighbor by the hand and
Good evening, and welcome to the favourite part of everybody's Giddy Knits Vlogmas experience. It's time for Joke of the Day! Right, so Jasper has a joke for us today.
It's on a piece of paper, so I have to read it.
Okay.
How do you scare a snowman?
I don't know. How do you scare a snowman?
With a hairdryer.
Come on over, it's the friendliest time of year. Come on up, come on in, nothing better than to give the gift of cheer. So come on in, come on up, come on over. We'll be singing all them songs. So let us have a swinging Christmas, just like 1, 2, 3. Ba 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 da ba.